Okay, so this is still on page 2. We're continuing on. We're going to do number 9, 10, and 11. The directions are perform the indicated operations. I've already messed up, which is why you should write in pencil. You can go through horizontally and just combine your like terms. You need to gather up your q cubes and combine them with other q cubes. Similarly with the q squareds and the q's and then the single numbers. I've aligned mine in a vertical format so that everything aligns well. For missing terms, such as the q to the first, I put in a 0. And then I align my second expression underneath, grouping my items in an organized format. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add together the coefficients, or the numbers, and then I'm going to keep the letters. So this would be 7q cubed minus 9q squared, because he has nothing to add with, minus 8q plus 9. And then I'm done. Okay. On the next one, performing the indicated operation is a multiplication operation. It's a multiplication of two binomial expressions. So we are going to FOIL, if you're familiar with that word. What that means is we're going to multiply the first terms, the outside terms, the inside terms, the last terms. I can never remember all of that good stuff, and I don't even think about it. Instead, I go from left to right, and I multiply the 8y to everything in the second expression. So we'll have 8y times 2y, which is 16y squared, and then we'll have 8y times 7, which is a 56y. We need to move to the second thing of the first expression and distribute that. Negative 7 times 2y is a negative 14y. Negative 7 times positive 7 is a negative 49. So now the multiplication, or the FOILing process, is finished. Combine your like terms. The only two things that can combine are your middle two terms, and they combine into a positive 42y, and everything else comes straight down, and you're done. Okay? When you multiply two binomial expressions, you get a trinomial expression. Number 11 is very similar. It is a binomial and it is being squared. Write out what squaring means. To square something, it means that you take that item and multiply it times itself. You cannot distribute the squared inside the binomial because of this minus sign. If there's an addition or a subtraction sign, you can't distribute. You have to write it twice, and then distribute or FOIL, multiply the expressions together. So 3k times 3k is a 9k squared. 3k times negative 5m is a negative 15km. This will create a perfect square trinomial because the two binomials being multiplied are exactly identical. Negative 5m times 3k is negative 15km, and then the last terms, negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25, and m times m is m squared. Combine your like terms, and you will be done. There is a formula in most algebra textbooks for perfect squared trinomials. However, it's not really worth learning, in my opinion. If you can distribute and multiply and FOIL, then you don't need to. So that is the end of page 2 on the review lecture worksheet.